Gandhi said, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." But what does that actually look like today in a world of reels and likes and digital noise? If you're a speaker, coach, or someone with a message, your content isn't just content. It's impact, it's leadership, and it's an invitation for others to rise higher. And I know this from experience because I started off as a mission trip photographer that was focused on capturing stories of hope in places where people tended not to want to go. Right? I had the privilege of being mentored by a motivational speaker who would allow me to take his pictures as he was speaking at different places, going to schools and doing motivational sessions. And I know firsthand that going on those types of experiences, going on those type of trips is where I learned what it meant to be the change that you want to see in the world, right? And I was a part of the digital side by creating the content for a speaker. And so what it means to me when I say be the change that I want to see in the world, well, I did it by capturing positive content. And what I learned from my experience is that the world doesn't need more negative content, right? The world doesn't need more digital noise. What the world needs is more light and people who are sharing positive content online, and specifically content with a purpose. And that's exactly what light looks like in this digital world. So here are 3 steps that we can do to start being the change that we want to see in the world today through our content, right? So step number 1, show up authentically. You don't have to fake it. You just have to show up. Let people see the real you, right? The struggles, the process, the progress that you've gone through. In fact, I've done that recently on my channel. I was told you guys that I just moved to Atlanta and I talked about how I was scared, right? And me showing that progress and being honest, right? It creates trust with my audience. And so I want to share with you guys, like, if you have something that you want to share, right? That you're going through that's relatable, that people can resonate with, what's going to happen is when you allow people to trust you, it will create transformation through your content. Step number 2, focus on serving others over impressing others. Don't just post to prove that you're better than everyone else, right? You're not here just to have a highlight reel of how amazing you are, right? If you're a speaker, you're a coach, right? You're someone you're there to uplift others, right? Yes, you're an amazing person. Yes, you've done amazing things. Yes, you've overcome stuff, but also focus on serving that particular avatar that you have been called to serve to. Meaning, I want you to focus on their pain points, focus on ways that you can serve them versus just impressing them with how you've overcame certain transformational struggles, right? And by serving them, you're going to give them more opportunities for them to get to know you, like you, and then ultimately trust you, right? Your goal is to use your content as community service, right? So you're posting to help someone, right? You're answering questions, you're solving a problem, but most importantly, you're speaking life over your avatar. And so when you focus on service versus impressing other people's, that's when you'll start to see, slowly but surely, people will contact you and let them know how you've helped them shift their lives toward the light and toward the positivity. And then you're being that change that you want to see in the world. Step number 3, I need you to be super consistent. Just like the sun gets up every single day, it's consistent. That light gets out and up every single day. Understand that there are people who are in darkness and they need to hear one more source of inspiration, of light. And as you're speaking to your target audience, step number 3 is to be consistent, right? Inspiration fades. And I understand that life happens and that you're not able to be consistent. But understand this, especially for those of us who have smaller channels, right? It's very tempting in the beginning when you have no followers, when you have small accounts, when you don't get the responses that you want, right? To just quit, right? But I would tell you this, if you show up consistently with the mindset to serve, I'm creating this content to help the old version of myself, right? And you're consistently showing up in a way that no one has ever done in your life. What you're going to find is that your following will respect that. They will see someone who they can rely on, right? Who's consistent. Even when no one else is showing up, you show up for them, because some people, unfortunately, they don't have anyone being consistent in their life. I want to encourage you, if you're watching this video, I just want to remind you, you don't need a massive platform to make a difference. All you need is just one person on the other side of that camera who's listening to what you have to say. Even if they already know you, right? It's okay. I promise you, that one person, you may change their world, right? And you may change their life, because ultimately we have a message that can help someone else and encourage them. And so I want to encourage you, as you continue to post for others, to continue to share your message, right? And so when Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world, I believe as a content creator, right? I believe that our goal is to create content that leaves this world better than we found it. And I want to also challenge you to continue to keep going. You got the 3 steps, but I want you to continue to be the change that you want to see in the world, and let your life become that change that someone else is waiting for. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Peace.